sold out shit in Cincinnati.
It's the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Tennessee Titans.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. With it on the return now, here's Westbrook. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here come the Bengals now to take over. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about it being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. Obviously, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass. That's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
All right. Right.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
All right. Oh, man.
And some room to maneuver.
Man, nigga missed that tackle. Oh. Killed him, man.
You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. And they'll run it here. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play. And now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And this one is right through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different.
Oh, yeah, he talking about Rob Cobb. I saw that shit.
Explosives that we talk about.
Yeah, he talking about that nigga Rob. I saw that shit. That nigga a clown.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Oh, you gonna get it.
The Titans set to go to work for the first time. And here's a look at their leader. Standing 6'4".
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdowns.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on
already
things.
been in that boosted
some
movie.
positives. The win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
I ain't see
A good run there
either.
off right tackle in old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009,
I don't know what you can
2010.
see it on now, because when that
That's
shit
how they
came out, you had to go to the website and buy that bitch.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
It was like $20, I think.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
They'll look to throw here. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. 2 trips to the
Look at
end
that
zone
stupid,
and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him,
Yeah,
didn't
money
we? We saw some
shit.
power. We saw finesse. We saw speed. And what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And it is in. I had a defender running right with him. And now it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw.
This nigga fumbled
Nowhere
again.
to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. The pass there over the middle to start things out. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. It's picked up by the Titans. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
So, partner, that...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Oh, no, they played a nigga like that? Boy, I know you lying. Let me see. Oh, that nigga did. Fuck. He ain't fumble that bitch.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. 2nd and short now following the fumble. Here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This defense for the Titans, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They're going to look to throw. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call through the offensive coordinator.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead. Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, It's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Working with a 2nd and 3. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, it's Berry. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. And Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career. And that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that. And even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. You know, you're following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under. CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's going to try and go deep again. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a Tennessee score.
Nigga punted me the ball on that drive. That bitch got downed at the 1, then had a penalty on the punt. So they put it half the distance to the goal. The ball was like on the goal line. Nigga drove that bitch the whole field.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. With it on the return now, here's Westbrook. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Mayfield to throw it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, to put...
There he goes, right side. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there just before halftime. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running guys going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. On the handoff, it's Evans. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in week. We'll be right back. Now they try the right side here. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
Room here to run. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
How about that, partner? That's a gutsy run, a physical run, an explosive run, and he's inside the 10-yard line now. I don't know if you hand it to him again on this play. but make the defense think that you will, and maybe you have some options off of it.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw.
No.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line.
Hold up, man. That boy went all the way to the ground and dropped him. Boy.
On 2nd and goal. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. And hang on here, Freeman shaking up. Remaining on the ground after that last play. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Demarcus Robinson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter. Not
only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. Wow. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
With a fumble, man.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Mayfield. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tennessee offense set to go again. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Second and 11. And it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On third down, Mayfield. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Titans will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words every time we hear that. Things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
66 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll run on first down with Evans. Room to run past midfield.
I need to get my
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Darrington Evans, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. A try here for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown run from Darrington Evans.
Big game and got a field goal. And they ain't scored since. They just pulled out 0 points right now.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A running play there, going to get 10 and a quick first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. To try again after the sack. Mayfield. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 3rd and short yardage. Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
Kicking look like Troy Pollard's mother.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
Oh!
And the Bengals grab it. And
Look,
this
he got the
brought back to the 22.
That's on me.
So a turnover there on the kickoff. And don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know.
How they don't the play can't go back no further?
Saying don't give up any big.
Wow.
Plays now. They can.
How many rushing yards I need, man? I already got that game, dude. Fucking
this game throughout.
In jeopardy.
And all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger
intercept already, huh?
plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Right.
A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football.
I fumbled again. That wasn't no fumble, man.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things,
That wasn't no fumble, man. They would have probably played me anyway.
You want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Back to throw now on first down. Throw left side complete. That's
oh, that was a touchdown. My bad, son. My bad, son.
5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A big
Right.
connection on that one. 30 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
He'll look to throw. Toward the
Man,
center
bro, where
of
you
the
throwing
field,
that
but
bitch,
it's
man?
incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run.
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Back to throw again. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Demarcus Robinson with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Titans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Bengals drive about to get going. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing second and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. David Onyemata, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up fourth down. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now they'll run it on the toss. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 106 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. On second down, Evans looking for space. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll go again here with Evans. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Touchdown! That's caught. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. With it on the return now, here's Westbrook. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Cincinnati set to take over once again. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well.
Oh, look at Big Cosby got him a pick.
And this one will be brought back to the 22. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. On second down, a run with Evans. And he'll get this down only to the 18. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 125 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by one more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. With it on the return now, here's Westbrook. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked off by Paulson and Debo. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tennessee, their hopes of finishing above 500 stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, things get even uglier now as they fall to 2-13. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I wish I knew that boy at 96 years old. I'd have got him in 4 to get his 100. My bad, dog. Tight end cutting up.